Hello everyone, I want to do some campaign progression on my free-to-play account. It's been a while since I've shown my free-to-play account on my channel. So what I'm going to do is, I'm on chapter 23 and I'm just going to show all the stages, all the boss stages, and I'll just go ahead and skip all the stages in between the boss stages. So I'm just going to go ahead and show, start with 23-4 and move on from there. Okay, I am on chapter 23-4. And my team is very overpowered. This campaign progression is long overdue. Yeah, my power is very high compared to the enemy's power here. Also my levels. Yeah, my main goal for this campaign progression is to get into chapter 24, which I know I can do. I know I can get into chapter 24. That's my goal for this campaign progression. Yeah, I've been neglecting the free-to-play account for quite some time now, so getting some campaign progression will be very good. And we just took down 23-4 very easily. So yeah, I'll move on to 23-8. Okay, here's 23-8. Going through this very quickly here, having the 4x speed. I unlocked the 4x speed very recently on this account, so I've been utilizing that very much. Yeah, and I'm using very good heroes. I got very lucky with the summons from this account, getting Lucretia ascended, having Grizzle, Rosaline, Rowan, and also Raku here. Yeah, all very good heroes. Yeah, there's 23-8 already down, going through this very quickly. Yeah, Lucretia doing a lot of damage like she normally does, and also Rose in there as well. Rose does quite a bit of damage also. But there's 23-8. Okay, let's move on to the next boss stage. Okay, here's 23-12. And yeah, this one will not take long at all either. And also, I have a few other heroes ascended here. I have full team ascended, and I also have Sophia and Damon also ascended here, which is very nice. Also trying to get these heroes furniture up as well, trying to build their furniture, especially Grizzle. I really want to get Grizzle's 9/9 and also Lucretia's 9/9 furniture here as well. Yeah, just that'll be very useful for this team. And there's that boss stage down. Let's move on to 23-16. Okay, we have 23-16 here, and yeah, I have a big level deficiency here. 20 levels above the enemies here, so that definitely need to progress even more into this campaign here. Yeah, like I said, I've been neglecting doing campaign progression on this account for quite a while. Yeah, every time I've been wanting to do a campaign progression, there's just other things that I wanted to make videos on. So yeah, I've been pushing back making the campaign progression videos for the free-to-play account. And yeah, just as usual, Lucretia doing a lot of damage, and we also have Grizzle doing a lot of damage as well here. Okay, let's move on to 23-20. Okay, I'm at 23-20, and I'm already a third of the way into this chapter, which is very nice to see. Yeah, there are 60 levels per chapter, except for if you're in the very beginning of the campaign. There are 40 levels in the very beginning of the campaign, and then after a while you start seeing 60 levels. And there we go, already took down 23-20, and we'll move on to 23-24. Okay, I'm at 23-24 here, and because I completed stage 23-20, it's giving me a thing to buy, which this is the free-to-play account, like I said, so I'm not going to be buying anything, and I normally don't buy those things anyway, so yeah, I normally don't buy those anyway. And already took down 23-24, and Raku doing the most damage this time. Yeah, it's usually either Lucretia or Raku that does the most damage, depending on really what happens in the battle. And now it can move on to 23-28. Okay, there's 23-28 here, and so far everyone on my team is staying mostly full health. I mean, there are some stages where my heroes do lose a little bit of health, like Lucretia here is losing a little bit of health. But overall, mostly everyone's staying at full health, which is very nice to see. Yeah, everyone except for Lucretia is at full health here. And there's 23-28, and we'll move on to 23-32. Okay, here's 2332, and that means I have completed 2330, which is halfway into this chapter. So I'm over halfway into this chapter, and I did complete a quest by completing 2330. So I'll have to go ahead and get the rewards from that when later on when I get into chapter 24. I'll go ahead and get the rewards that I've gotten, all the diamonds that I'll be collecting here, and there's 2332, and we'll move on to 2336. Okay, here's 2336, and yeah, we're still going through this very quickly here, still taking out these enemies very easily here. Yeah, their power is slowly increasing, but yeah, our power is still still a lot of, we still have a lot of power over the enemies here. Yeah, we're still taking them down very easily. Here we go. Let's go ahead and check the statistics here. Lucretia and Raku doing a lot of damage as they normally are, and also Rosaline. Once again, Rosaline doing a lot of damage there as well. Okay, let's move on to 2340. Okay, here's 2340. The enemies are starting to gain stars here. So yeah, we have Tassie with 3 stars, and then the rest of the heroes here with 2 star ascended. Yeah, we're still very powerful. Like I said, with the last boss stage we did, still very strong. And yeah, this is going by very quickly, especially with the 4x speed, like I mentioned earlier. And yeah, it's just going by very quickly. There we go. There's another victory, and and that is actually 2/3 of the way through this chapter already. And we'll go ahead and move on to 2344. Okay, here's 2344, and this team is mostly Wilders, so very nice to see a team mostly Wilders. And then we have Niru as the only Greyborn hero here, and yeah, they have a pretty good faction bonus here, but yeah, we have the one Hypogean faction bonus in the corner there, and this one shouldn't take much longer. There we go. That's it for 2344, and we'll move on to 2348. Okay, here's 2348, and I kind of want to just mention the stage 2345 that I went through. It was one of the in-between boss stages. The only reason I really want to mention it was because it was 2345, 2345. So the numbers go up by 1 as you go from left to right reading it. Yeah, that's just how my brain works. I just think of those stages a lot. Yeah, like 2, 3, 4, 5. So anyway, I just went through 2348, and we'll move on to 2352. Okay, here's 2352. Nothing really surprising has happened, as you've seen with the boss stages. None of my heroes have died in the boss stages, and none of my heroes have died in the stages in between the boss stages. So yeah, nothing too surprising has happened yet. Yeah, I'm just waiting out these battles and getting this chapter done. So there we go. There's 2352. Let's move on to 2356. Okay, here's 2356. And yeah, like I said, nothing surprising has happened. Like, none of my heroes have died, and none of my heroes has even gotten close to dying either. Yeah, their health has mostly stayed above 50%, so that's very nice to see. I guess the only thing that's happening is that these battles are becoming slightly longer than they usually are, than they were at the beginning of this chapter, but other than that, nothing has really happened. So let's move on to 23-60, which is the final stage of this chapter. Okay, here's the final stage of this chapter, 2360. And this chapter stands out to me quite a bit because it's sort of that steampunk theme going on. Yeah, whenever I think about campaign chapters in this game, chapter 23 always stands out to me because of the whole theme it has. Yeah, it's kind of different to what we see from the other chapters. So yeah, that's why I think about this chapter specifically when I think about the campaign chapters. And yeah, we have Raku finishing off with the most damage here, and followed by Lucretia. So very nice to see from Raku. And that's the last stage of this chapter, and we get to move on to chapter 24. Yeah, I'll go ahead and click next chapter here, and we get to move on to the Scalding Peaks. So very nice to see here. Get to move on to chapter 24. And also we can go ahead and collect all the campaign quests here. Go ahead and get all the diamonds here. And yeah, the more diamonds I get, the more motivated I'll be to doing a summoning session on this account. So yeah, definitely getting a lot of diamonds here is very nice. And also completing 2330 gives me some elemental shards there, and reaching that, and also completing chapter 23. I get a copy of Olmus, which is my first copy of Olmus. I've never actually gotten a copy of Olmus before. That'll give me another 100 diamonds, just motivating me slightly more to doing a campaign, or not, a summoning session on this account. I have exactly 21,000 diamonds, so I'll be collecting some more diamonds, and hopefully I'll do a summoning session on this account. And if you like this video, make sure to subscribe. There'll be a button above my head that will allow you to do that, and there'll also be a video over there that you can watch as well. And thanks for watching.